I told part of this story before of how we've been 6 years together and how the relationship ended 2 months ago, and now she blocked me. But this isn't about her, and it isn't about the breakup. This is about the 6 years I spent loving her and never correcting what I should have. I loved her for 6 years. We actually dated for 7, but the first 6 were me trying to love her without ever fixing me. 2 months ago, it ended. She blocked me. And in that silence, I finally started hearing myself. You know, I met her when I was still pretending to be grown. She had this kind of a laugh that made everything else fade. I thought if I loved her hard enough, that would be enough. I thought love meant never making waves, so I swallowed things I should have said, not to her, but to myself. I never corrected my pride as a man, the part of me that thought I don't need help, I can handle this. I never corrected my fear, the fear that if I spoke up about what hurt, she would leave. So I chose quiet over truth. I never corrected my laziness, the lie I told myself that love fixes itself with time. Time passed, we didn't grow. I became an expert. I became an expert on her. I knew her moods before she did. I knew what would set her off, what would make her stay in the room. For 6 years, I studied her, but I never studied me. I never sat still long enough to ask God, search me, show me where I'm wrong. As Psalm 139, verse 23 to 24 said, I was too busy watching her to notice the man I was becoming. I called my silence peace, but it wasn't peace, it was avoidance. Ephesians 4:26 says, don't let the sun go down on your anger. But I let weeks go by. I thought I was being patient. I was just being afraid. Peace isn't the absence of hard talks, as Romans 12, verse 8 says, as far as it depends on you, live at peace. That as far as it depends on you part was my responsibility, and I failed at it. I didn't lose her because she was the problem. No, I lost years because I never corrected what I should have. I corrected her in my head 1,000 times. She shouldn't have said that. She shouldn't have done that. But I never corrected the man in the mirror who chose comfort over character. James 1 verse 22 says, don't just listen to the word and deceive yourself. Do what it says. I listened to every sermon, every relationship talk I come across. I just never did the work. 2 months ago, she blocked me. At first, it felt like punishment. Now I see it as a boundary. Boundaries teach what words couldn't teach us. And in that space, God started correcting me, not her, me. If I could talk to the version of me from 6 years ago, I would only say these things to myself. Love corrects, it doesn't conceal. As Proverbs 27, verse 5 says, often rebuke is better than hidden love. I thought hiding my flaws was protecting her, but it wasn't. It was robbing her of a man who was willing to grow. Correction starts with me. Every morning, God, fix my impatience, fix my silence, fix my ego. Second thing I will tell myself is you can't build a future with an uncorrected past. 7 years is long, but we didn't have depth. We had time. 2 Corinthians 13:5 says, examine yourself. I spent 6 years testing her loyalty. I never tested my own character. The pain of correction now is better than the pain of regret later. Hebrews 12, verse 11 says, no discipline feels good at the time, but later it produces peace. I avoided the small pain of honest correction for 6 years. Now I'm sitting in the big pain of regret. I would rather have chosen the small pain if I had the chance. I don't blame her, not for leaving, not for blocking me. This is my story, my silence, my lessons. She's allowed to protect her peace. I'm learning to protect mine by doing the work I avoided. My prayer, it changed. It used to be, God, bring her back. Now my prayer is Psalm 51, verse 10. Create in me a pure heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. I loved her for 6 years. Now I want to love God for the rest of my life. And if I ever love again, I want to be a man who corrects himself first. I lost 6 years trying to be loved without being corrected. I won't lose the next 6 making the same mistake I made. So this is my story. And please, if my story touched you and you'd love to hear more about everything, please subscribe to my channel, comment below if you have any advice for me on how to go about this. I'm willing to change. I'm willing to take corrections from your experiences. And for those that have commented in the previous video, I read every comment and I appreciate the love. I appreciate you all for sharing your experiences with me. It has helped me heal, because at first I never imagined I would be this strong, but I'm getting better. I'm beginning to love myself. I've let her go. So this is me saying thank you for your kind words. And next time I see you, I hope to tell you how far I've come. Thank you so much.